True generosity comes from the kindness of your heart, not fear of what's going to happen if you don't do it. If you're a people pleaser or you've been through childhood trauma, you need to be reading parenting books because it'll help you reparent yourself faster than almost anything else. In my personal experience, reading parenting books has been so healing. And one book in particular that I think that everyone should read is It's Okay Not to Share by Heather Schumacher. Because this book, right? This book is essentially it's about how a Montessori preschool has an unorthodox way of teaching kids morals and life lessons and things like that. And one of the lessons is that kids do not have to share with other kids. If they have a toy truck and someone else wants to play with it, they don't have to share it. They can play with it till they are done. And if that takes the whole day, oh well. Because oftentimes from a young age, we're taught like, oh, you have to share your toys. Oh, you have to be nice. But what does that really teach you? Like, this book investigates that. And it talks about how adults are very quick to scold their own children and essentially tell them to give in to other children for the sake of likability. But then that teaches what? In fact, let me read you a passage from the book. The preschool years are summed up best by the image of two kids tussling over the same toy. I had it. I want it. No, mine. When that happens, we expect young kids to do what we should not do ourselves, passively give up and hand over the object to the aggressor. What's more, we often pressure and scold our own kid, saying, be nice and share, let Hayden play with it now. We are embarrassed when our own child won't share. Our instinct is to give in instantly as soon as someone asks. It's easy to sacrifice our own kids in favor of others. We all want our kids to be liked. We try to teach them to be kind and generous people. Too often, however, forced sharing or sharing on demand backfires. And here's why. A child like Max learns, Max in this scenario, by the way, is the kid that was playing with the truck first. A child like Max learns people get what they want in life by grabbing. In social situations, I can't count on my mother to protect me. My mother likes the other child better. My own play is unimportant. Sharing means giving up something I like. Sharing makes me feel bad and mad. I won't share unless I have to. Sharing on demand hurts both kids. What did Hayden learn? Hayden is the kid who wanted the toy. A child like Hayden learns, I get what I want in life by grabbing and whining. If I demand, I shall receive. What I want right now is more important than anyone else's rights or feelings. Being loud, fast, and persistent wears other people down. Adults will take my side if I use the word sharing. I need adults to get what I want. What should be more important here is protecting Max's right to uninterrupted play. Let Max keep the truck. He's busily engaged and his play is important. It doesn't matter if he has a long turn with a toy and Hayden is kept waiting. Delaying gratification teaches a far more valuable life lesson than giving in to demands. The key to taking turns is to make it happen on the child's schedule. His turn is done when he is all done with the toy. And then I'm going to skip to another part. It's all about social awareness and protecting precious playtime. Consider this. What if someone says, hey, can I use your car? Can I borrow your purse? We want to trust somebody before lending them our car. Some items are very personal. A purse or wallet to an adult, a blankie or favorite toy to a child. Sharing is a social choice. For true generosity, sharing should be built on trust and infused with the warmth of giving. As adults, we don't share things with people we don't trust. We don't share things that are valuable or personal. We don't readily share things until we are finished using them. And if we do, we don't feel good about it. We feel pressured and worried. If we give something up, we do it just to please. Yet we are expecting young children who have fewer social skills than we do to share on demand. You see, when I read that passage, hell, when I heard about this book in the first place, it really spoke to me. Because I remember so many times growing up when I was forced to share something that I didn't want to, that I was perfectly within my rights not to share, and being told I was being selfish, being told I was being rude. And it created a thing for me where I felt obligated to share even when I didn't want to, at all times. It made it feel like my feelings came second to other people's at all times. And honestly, it was damaging for me. And I still remember those times even as an adult now. See, these things start young. And so by the time we become adults, these limiting beliefs, these trauma responses, in a sense, become ingrained in us. And that's why I think that parenting books, and namely this book, would be a really healing read for people who've struggled with people pleasing. Because I know if you're a people pleaser, if you're a recovering people pleaser, you know all too well that feeling of regret and guilt that haunts you when you did something that you did not want to do. And even though this book is meant for parents, I think that, like I said, this is an amazing tool, an amazing read for those looking to reparent themselves, whether you have children or not. So, It's Okay Not to Share by Heather Schumacher. Highly recommend. It's one of my favorite books personally. And I've read it several times. I always like to come back to it when I myself want to do some self-reparenting, and remind myself that just because society pressures you to think a certain way or be a certain way, it doesn't mean that you have to. It's okay not to share. It's okay not to please everybody all the time. Because like this book says, true generosity comes from the kindness of your heart, not fear of what's going to happen if you don't do it.